Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a quick budget check-in for the week of October 6th through the 12th. I feel like I did pretty well this week in terms of kind of sticking to some of my goals, but I wanted to go through and record the expenses that I had in the categories there: eating out, gas, groceries, unbudgeted, and allowances. And then I wanted to record everything in my weekly check-in here. I went through last week and I had pretty good amount remaining in a lot of my categories except for dining out. Dining out has been kind of a challenge this month. It's been something I've been trying to focus on, and I'm just having kind of a hard time getting that number lower. I gave myself $40 to start with for the month. And I just found that I usually spend a lot of that on the weekends on coffee, or sometimes we go out at work for birthday lunches and stuff like that, and I usually just pay for myself. And so that eats up a lot of my budget. So I'm finding out that $40 might not be enough for me. I know I could always make sacrifices and like not get coffee on the weekends or, that sort of thing, but it's just something I like doing. And you'll see where there are some places where I haven't really spent anything. So really, it's kind of a trade-off. I could kind of take some money from, like, for example, my gas category and add it to my dining out category, but we'll see. So wanted to go through and first mark down my transactions in my calendar here. And so I have my little labels in the back here that correspond to those colors. And so this week I did things a little bit different this weekend. So usually I'll go on Friday and I will order my groceries and then pick them up on Saturday. This week I just ordered my groceries this morning, Sunday morning, so I won't know my total grocery amount until later today when I pick up my groceries. So actually for this week, I do not have any grocery expenses. So that was very kind of interesting because I did have buy my groceries last week. So on the 5th on Saturday. So it was caught in my my very first week's check-in. But this time on the 13th, it doesn't get caught in this week. So hopefully that made some sense. So I did not get any groceries this week. I did not have to fill up my gas tank at all. I've mentioned that I have a new job that is much, much closer to home. It takes me maybe 10 minutes to get there. So I haven't had to fill up my gas tank in a very long time. On the other hand though, my fiance, he has a truck. So he went and he bought $81.75 worth of gas earlier this week. So let me put that down. That was on Thursday. He has a little bit further to drive, so he does fill up his gas tank a little bit more often. I did spend $32 out of my allowance. I stopped at Joann's. They had a really good sale going on some Happy Planner stickers that I wanted. So I went and I got some of those, which was fine. I did have some money remaining in my allowance, so that's okay. And I did that on Wednesday. So I will put that in here. And then I did eat out quite a bit this week actually. So started out the week really well, and then we went out on Wednesday as a team at work. And we went to Payway for a couple people's birthday lunch. So I spent, let's see, $8.13 there, which isn't bad. I just got like a bowl, so it's not too awful. But that was on Wednesday, and then since then I have eaten out a bunch. So it's like I broke my streak, which is upsetting, but at a dollar sign. The next time I ate out was Dunkin' Donuts on the 10th. I had a training that I needed to go to, so I stopped. Before that, I had to leave pretty early in the morning, and I got myself a coffee before heading out to the training. So did that. That was on the 10th. And let's see. And that same day on my way home, I also stopped and I got something to eat or something to snack on at Sonic, because I was absolutely starving by the time I got back close to my house, and I knew that I wasn't going to be eating dinner for quite a while. So I went to Sonic, got some food. Definitely don't really like eating fast food all that often, but we have a Sonic really close to our house, so it's kind of convenient, but I don't know, definitely not my favorite thing to do. Okay, so Dunkin' and Sonic on that day, and then I did go to Dunkin' Donuts on Friday, and got more coffee. Friday is one of my days off, so I usually go and stop in like in the morning if I'm running errands and just treat myself to a Dunkin' Donuts, because usually during the week I don't have any Dunkin'. So Thursday was kind of like a, you know, random thing because I had that training. So I usually treat myself like on the weekends once to Dunkin', sometimes twice, but I try to just do one time. And then on the 12th, we went to Sonic again. So this time was, oops, I think I wrote, oh no, that is what I spent. Okay, $10.80. So we went to Sonic and we got like blasts. So Saturday, my fiance and I were both off of work, so we just kind of palled around all day, ran some errands, created our registry, and then we just kind of felt like something sweet to eat after dinner. So as you can see, haven't been doing too hot on the whole eating out thing, but that's okay. I know I can always do better next week. I do have a better plan in terms of the weekend. I think I have one day planned of eating out with a friend on the 19th, but that's like at a restaurant, not fast food or anything like that. But yeah, it's just usually the weekends where I get, you know, kind of like snacky, and sometimes I'll have coffee, sometimes I'll just want something sweet to eat. So that's kind of my downfall. But during the week, usually I'm good. The payway kind of threw me off, and then my training kind of threw me off. So those are my excuses for this week, but we'll see if I do a little bit better next time. And then in terms of unbudgeted, I didn't really spend anything unbudgeted in this week. I did purchase some things from my Etsy shop, but I'm not really considering that unbudgeted because I did plan for those as part of these planned one-offs. I knew I was going to be buying supplies this month, so I kind of budgeted in my head a set amount that I thought I would be spending. So it's not written here, but I did have something written down kind of in my other notebook, kind of what I was anticipating spending on that. And then the only other thing that I can think of that may have been like an unbudgeted spend was yesterday, my fiance and I went to Target, but again, that was a lot of stuff for my Etsy business. So I'm kind of considering that in my business expenses, which I haven't filled this out. I generally will have like a list in my on the go folio, and then I will add those expenses later so I can see like the entire month. Because I find sometimes if I am just like entering things in, I don't want to run out of room. I would rather this be really organized. So I just try to keep this kind of clean until I'm ready to, you know, put everything in at once. But the Target stuff and my like Amazon purchases from this weekend for supplies are all going in here, and they are not really part of this budget. So hopefully that makes sense. But what we can go through and do now is I will enter in these transactions into my weekly check-in. So let me do, groceries are 0 for this week. I anticipate that groceries might be a bit bigger this week because I ordered them today on Sunday, and I will probably order groceries again on Friday for the week after. So this might be a little bit higher to kind of make up for not spending anything in this week. So I still have $390.50. Gas for both of us. Andrew spent $81.75. $81.75. I'll go through and calculate that out in a little bit. I spent, and let me reboot my calculator really quick. I spent on dining out, okay, so $8.13 plus $4.49 plus $9.84 plus $6.13 plus $10.80. So I literally spent like almost my entire $40 worth budget in just this week alone. So let's see, it came out to $39.39. I only had $23.13 remaining. So let's see, minus $23.13. So I am negative $16.26 right now. So that is okay. I will put that in here actually, since I just calculated out. So let's see, I'll just do that so it's a little bit more obvious. Usually I'd have a red pen, but I didn't grab one, have it with me. And then allowances, I spent at Joann's $32.62. And I had $111.13, or $111.31, excuse me, minus $32.62, and so I have $78.69 left. And I might add something else to that category next week. I need to look back at my transactions, but sometimes there's some of them that could be kind of out of a sinking fund, could be considered like an allowance type thing. So I'll have to go through and kind of look, but we also didn't spend anything in unbudgeted, so that is fine. And let me calculate the gas thing. So we had $250 minus $81.75. So that's $168.25 remaining. And I probably might need to get gas this week. Probably not though. So I am actually pretty happy with our $168 remaining halfway through the month. And then the only other thing that I kind of needed to add, and what I went through and I did, is I do my budgeting on an app called YNAB. It's called You Need a Budget, and it's something that you pay for every year. I think it's around $80 for a subscription, but it's a really helpful app for me to keep track of my money. And so I do things here because it's really easy to see. I always just find that apps are really convenient when you're on the go, but in terms of being able to see a bigger picture, I really like writing things down. And in terms of a weekly check-in, I think it's really helpful to write things down. So it seems like I'm kind of doing like a double budgeting thing, but really this system works for me. So the thing that I did earlier this week is I know that this upcoming week, the Cultivate What Matters power sheets are coming out, and I really do want to get one of those power sheet planner type things. So I know that's around $60. So I saw that my allowance is $150. I have $78 left, which I believe I could, pay for the planner and pay for shipping and everything with that money. But I also know that I want to keep that $78 or so, or even just half of that for, weeks 3 and 4. I know some things are going to come up that I need to get or that I would like to get. So I added a little bit of money to my allowance to allow me to get the power sheets. So I really just took a look and saw that I'm pretty drastically under on my electricity already. I was under on my gas bill already, actually under on my water bill. And there's just some other things that I've been saving a lot of money on gas, as I mentioned. So there's stuff like that where I feel comfortable taking a look like midway through the month and seeing, where can I move things around if I need to, and look at my priorities again, because, initially I wasn't sure if I wanted to get those power sheets, so I didn't really budget that into my allowance. And so I was able to kind of take a look at that and realize, okay, I do want to do that. What can I do to make that happen? So you might see that transaction in the upcoming week as part of my allowance. I'll kind of figure out how to record the addition of money to my allowance. I just need to kind of figure that out. But that is my budget check-in for this month. My sinking funds, I did have them recorded in my YNAB app, so I need to go through and record them here. Sometimes halfway through the month, as we get paychecks, I'll add a little bit more. So I didn't want to put them down in pen and then have to change, all that sort of thing. So I just kept this blank, but I will be filling it out as we get kind of towards the middle end of the month. I do fill this stuff in. So other than that, that is it for my weekly check-in. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or anything about how I do my budget check-in, how I record my expenses, just feel free to put them in the comments below, as well as if you have any questions about that app that I mentioned, YNAB. Also feel free to ask me. I've been using it for almost a year now, so I feel like I have a pretty good idea of, what works for me and everything like that. So feel free to leave a comment if you do have any questions. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe. And I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a great day. Bye.